Today I'm going to share with you a 15-minute-a-day strategy that generated over $11 million worth of listings in my business over a 6-month period. This is one you're not going to want to miss. All right, this was a strategy that I used in my personal business the last quarter that I was in sales before I moved into the position that I'm in now, where I assist our agents at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, Beach Properties of Florida, in growing their business. So what I want to do is I want to kind of go through and just talk in general terms. What this is I did 72 unsolicited CMAs. And what I mean by unsolicited is I recorded my screen. I'm going to show you in just a second how I did that. I recorded my screen. I went through with property owners that I'd either met at open houses, I had sold to in the past that were buyers of mine, people that I knew in farm areas, people that had come in open houses, like I mentioned, any of these things, just sellers I knew that had mentioned that maybe they might think about selling in the future. I did this in the fourth quarter, so I did one every day, 72 of them in the last quarter for every day that I worked in that fourth quarter. And the results were pretty amazing. I listed over $11 million, and then I sold out of that $9 million. So I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. I'm going to share my screen with you now so that you can kind of see exactly what this looks like. Now, I want to just show you kind of in general terms what I did. So I want to show you basically the couple of things that I tied into. I used Google Earth on this. The reason I like Google Earth is if I'll start this, you'll kind of see it begins to rotate. There's this 2D portion here. You'll see when I click the 2D portion, it flattens out on top of it, makes it look super high tech. The other tab that I had pulled up was the tab for the sales and the comparable active pending solds for the condo that I was doing. This example was a past client of mine in Adagio. So this will give you an idea of Adagio condos. I'm going to just let this play so you can kind of see this, and I'll stop it to talk about it as we go through.
Hey, Carrie, it's Jimmy Burgess with Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices down at the beach. Just want to check in with you guys.
So notice how this is kind of moving and rotating right here. I'm just reaching out to them. This is the condos. You'll see how I show them the condos, and then I push the flatten out button with the 2D. Just push this 2D button, now 3D button. So I'm showing them. It gives me the ability to really show them visually what we're looking at. They can also see me, which gives that connection there. And then I'm going to just fast forward a little bit to show you kind of what I go to next. The next thing that I go to is that I pull up the comparables. And now I'm just going to walk through. You don't have to remember the comparables. I'm just going to go through and talk about the sales prices, the averages of what things are, give a range of value. And then at the end, what I do, and I just kind of go through these, at the end, then what I do is I just simply say, I hope this is valuable to you. And I want to make sure that you know that I'm here if I can ever help in any way. If you guys are thinking about possibly selling, let me know, and I'll be glad to get you a more distinct value just by doing a quick walkthrough of your place. I did 72 of these. Now, let me show you what the results of this is. Now, these are folks that I had talked to, that I had built a relationship with. Also, this is my building pipeline going forward with people, because I then put them on the calendar to do another one of these in 6 months. But let me kind of show you what this looks like exactly when we're looking at the numbers here as far as the numbers. I did 72 of these in the fourth quarter. Out of those, the results were that I listed $11.2 million between the time that I started in October and then when I moved into my current position in May. $11.2 million listed, $9.1 million sold. Now, some of these came in and sold after I had moved into this position. If I just took an average of the 2.5%, that's $227,500 in gross commission income that came in. Now, if I divided that by 72, that means that every time I did one of these, it was about $3,159.72. Now, I know what you're thinking. Your average sales price might be bigger than mine was, maybe bigger than what yours is. Think about this from that standpoint. Even if it was a quarter of mine, wouldn't you be willing to if it was a quarter of this every time you did one of these unsolicited CMAs? Now, listen, they didn't take me that long, because in certain places where I was farming, I would have 3 or 4 people that I would be doing basically the same comparables. I'm using the same comparables, so I just shoot multiple videos for those people in that neighborhood. But let's say it took 30 minutes each, okay? And that was about 5 minutes long that I would shoot these for, giving them an update. And then let's say it took me 30 minutes. I did 72 of these. That means it was 2,160 minutes or 36 hours of work. Out of that 36 hours of work, dividing it into that 227,500, that means the hourly rate was $6,319. Even if it was a tenth of your income, if you knew that every time you did one of these, that you were going to get paid $631, would you do one every day? Now, let me talk to you about where to find these folks. You have them in past clients. Maybe you find orphaned clients. Maybe it's that you go back and you find 6-month older or longer expired listings that have not relisted or not sold. Maybe it's people that you've met at open houses, your farm, wherever it is. Gather these folks in email addresses. Make sure you're communicating with them. This is one of those situations where I know because it worked for me, that if you'll apply this in your business, it'll make a change. If you're interested in hearing more about kind of how we do our training at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Beach Properties in Florida, please reach out to me. I'd love to let you know what we do and see if it might be a good fit for you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.